Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So first of all, I would like to say sorry. I have been a little bit MIA for a few months. I think it's maybe been 3-4 months since I last uploaded. I've had a few people private email me asking me if everything's okay, if the channel's now dormant, if I'm not posting anymore. That definitely is not the case. The main reason that I haven't been here, and it is an excuse actually, I'm going to say it is an excuse. I've been building a new info product. I'm still halfway through it. It is a beast. It's like an 8-week long program, mainly targeted at sales teams, so medium to large sized enterprises, on helping them go from literally profile optimizations through to LinkedIn advertising. It encompasses everything. And I have guest speakers from LinkedIn itself and a bunch of other industry experts. So it's going to be the only one of its kind, and I can't wait to kind of go live with it. But that's what I have been building out the past few months, which is why I've been quite quiet. However, your favorite LinkedIn consultant is back. Today's video is actually going to be answering a Q&A. So I put up a questions box on my Instagram story last week, and I'm a little bit behind on the times when it comes to this short form content. Now there's YouTube Shorts, TikToks, IG Reels. Am I doing any of them? Not really. Should I be? Most likely yes. Not most likely, I should be. And I haven't been. So I'm taking accountability, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing these Q&As, kind of answering across the board questions mixed in with a few tutorials, and then chopping up the videos and creating short form content as well. So if you get bored of me and you're 10 minutes of Natasha is a little bit too much, it's okay. I'm not going to be offended, don't worry. I'm going to have 60-second clips of the 10-minute video across all my channels. So I got you. Now, let's get into today's video. I have done a screen recording of all of the different questions that I got. And I'm just going to randomly pick some. If there is anything that I need to show on my screen, I'll probably just do a screen record and then I'll overlay it over the top of the video. Now, I said, ask me anything about LinkedIn and Sales Navigator. Someone says, does it really work? I hope so. I really hope so. I pray for myself, my own business, and my clients that it does work. Next one, is it possible to get ecom client with LinkedIn? Any drawbacks compared to local lead gen? In terms of getting e-commerce clients on LinkedIn, I have answered this question I think before. It is more difficult just because the filters when it comes to finding e-commerce companies is a little bit trickier on Sales Navigator compared to other traditional industries. So when you're looking for e-commerce, it's the different kind of sub-segments of e-commerce that you will be searching for. So for example, fashion and apparel, or it could be jewelry, beauty, stuff like that. You have to find the little sub-segments, I don't even know if it's a word, but we're using it, to then kind of target those people on Sales Nav. You also can't really use the keyword e-commerce. A lot of companies will not say, hi, we're e-commerce. They'll just be based online. So it is tricky. Is it possible? Yes. My main piece of advice is identify which verticals within e-commerce you're actually targeting, and B, find other companies that are current clients or ideal clients. Have a look at what kind of words they're using regularly throughout their profiles on their company page, for example, if you're doing an accounts search. If you're doing a leads search, so individual profiles, I would go and have a look at an ideal individual within a company, a decision maker, which is a current client of yours or an ideal client. Go on View Similar. So if you have Sales Navigator, there's 3 little dots on the far right hand side. You can click that, click View Similar, and if there are any profiles which match this profile in terms of similarities, it will show you a whole list of them. So that's another kind of trick. So that's that question, that's number 2. You know what I always do wrong in these Q&As is I forget to write down how many questions I've answered, so I'm going to do this now because otherwise it's going to go wrong. Okay, so I've done 1, I've done 2, this is number 3. Is Sales Navigator really useful for finding clients? If you know where your clients hang out the most and LinkedIn is the main platform where you would find them, I would definitely say if you want to take lead generation seriously, Sales Navigator is an incredibly powerful sales tool which helps you kind of really hone in on the kind of person that you're looking for. So if you are taking it seriously, and your ideal client is primarily found on LinkedIn, then just sign up for a free trial. I have a free trial link in my description. It's an affiliate link, but it's 2 months. I think a few people have the 2-month one, but I don't know if you can sign up on the website. I don't think so for the 2 months. So I'll leave that down in the description. Try it out. If it works for you, then obviously keep it. If it doesn't, then you can cancel. How do you handle last-minute sales cancellations? I mean, I can't really do anything I can't force them to come on the call with me. I've definitely cancelled sales calls in the past last minute. Not proud of it, and I wouldn't encourage it, definitely not. If I get someone cancelled last minute or they're a no-show, normally what I'll do is I'll send them an email. So a no-show, send an email if I've been there for like 5 minutes, because I have reminders set up on Acuity, so that's the best thing to do. Make sure that you have email reminders going out to people who you've got a call with ahead of time. So it could be when they book, then it could be 24 hours before, then it could be 15 minutes before, for example. You can customize that if you use Calendly or Acuity or another call booking scheduler. I would send them an email if I've been on there for 5 minutes and they're not there. Hey, just checking you're not having any issues joining the call. Send them the link again. Please let me know if you can't join and we can find a date to reschedule. I'll wait until 10 past. That's kind of what I'll say for a no-show. Last minute sales cancellations. What's the reason? Are they not interested anymore? If not, remove them from the CRM. It's fine, don't worry, thanks for letting me know. If they've had an emergency, they can't do anything about it. You just say, no worries, I'll check back in tomorrow and then we'll find a time that suits both of our schedules, or resend them the call link and say just write like X or a dash in all the required fields so you don't have to fill out the entire form again. So yeah, that's what I would do. Next one. How do you sell your service to individuals on LinkedIn? Are we on number 4 now? I think we're on number 4. So number 4, how to sell your service to individuals on LinkedIn. I would say I could go into this one for ages, but buyer first selling, like social selling, putting your buyer first. It's literally what it says. This is something that is being pushed a lot towards people who are virtual sellers. Especially LinkedIn, they did the LinkedIn Spark event at the start of the year, which was drawing attention to social selling, buyer first selling, the different principles and how you can adopt that. Essentially, it's don't shove your offers down someone's throat. Think about how you can position yourself as a trusted advisor and truly add value to them, solve part of the problem. And then they're going to come to you and they're going to be the ones kind of reciprocating that interest. A bit like dating. Consensually approach people on LinkedIn, see if they even want to be spoken to, see if they want to be sold anything, have a natural, organic human conversation, and just read the virtual room and you should be okay. How to get high-paying clients from Sales Navigator. This is number 5. High-paying clients, I mean, this is like quite a broad question. Obviously, it depends on your target audience. So if you're targeting individuals like creative freelancers who have just started within the past few months, chances are they're not going to have huge budgets. If you're working with SMEs or you're going after Fortune 500 companies, chances are they're going to be able to pay you more. You can't tell this straight away. Like, I've had people come on where in my mind I've made an assumption, which is never good to do, but like I do kind of pre-qualify people based on the answers on my intake form, and then when they jump on the call, I can generally tell within the first few minutes if they're a serious buyer, and if they're going to be open to kind of an offer, but you never know. It's better not to make those assumptions. It depends who you're targeting. Choose your niche wisely, have a think about which companies require your services the most, are maybe already aware that they should be doing this. And yeah, I don't know if this is like gonna help much, but I need to know more information. Do work on your avatar, research the market, understand your audience, and that's gonna help guide you in the right direction. And you can make different tweaks and changes to your avatar based on the kind of pricing that you want to be able to get from them. Next one. Would love, oh, I like this one. So this is number 6. So we've got number 6. Would love your thoughts on messaging sequences and the use of video messages. So in terms of sequences, I would say the word I like sequences in terms of one after the other, you've got a general plan to follow. However, when it comes to templated messages and you've got scripts that may be mildly personalized, not a big fan anymore. They definitely used to work, they still do work in particular industries, it depends on your target market. However, I would lean towards creating a decision tree. So what is a decision tree? Basically, you have a map, not like, as in like a map, like a visual kind of structure, like a tree, where you have, okay, initial point of contact. So first point of contact may be engaging with their content. Second point of contact may be you send them a personalized connection request. Third point of contact may be a welcome message. Fourth point of contact may be providing them with some value or asking them a question or commenting on something that they've posted, asking for more info, or trying to open a discussion about it. This all depends on whether they've opened or responded to any of those initial touch points. That's where the decision tree comes in. Similar to an email sequence, if you've ever built one of those or you know what they look like, you will have somebody who sends an email. If somebody responds, then the sequence cuts and you have a person step in and continue that conversation. If they don't respond, they get the next email, they get the next message. If they respond to that, it cuts, you say this. If they don't respond, this is what you do. If they don't respond again, this is what you do. And you basically have a plan of, depending on someone's action, so whether it's positive, negative, or neutral, you will have a template or a direction for somebody to take that conversation in. This is extremely useful if, not only like it's amazing if you're the only one in the business, but if you intend on hiring a virtual assistant or an appointment setter or someone who sets and closes deals for you, this is an incredible internal resource for you to have, which sort of acts as an SOP specific to outreach on LinkedIn and Sales Navigator. Another important thing to add into your decision tree is make a list of common objections. Are you receiving common objections or common, it could be smoke screens, like whatever it is, write them all down, and you as the business owner, the person that understands the business the most, you write in what you would say to overturn that objection or to see if they're still a qualified prospect or to move that conversation closer towards booking in a sales call. So yeah, decision tree, lifesaver. Video messaging, I love it. It depends on the kind of client. I will not send, I'll normally use Loom. I think there's a few other softwares that you can use. I don't use that for everybody, purely because it's a little bit time consuming, unless you can create an evergreen video where you don't kind of say their name. It's maybe like a 30-40 second intro where it's like, hey, great to connect. I thought I'd use a video instead of a message because I want to stand out from the crowd and I'm assuming that you're very popular here on LinkedIn. My name's Natasha Vilaseca. I do this. Not going to sell you anything, but just please let me know if you have any questions when it comes to sales nav, lead generation, social selling, because I'm a little bit of a nerd on those topics. And I'll literally just leave it at that. Like, it can literally not be salesy. Sending something like that to high quality prospects or to people that I know are heavily bombarded with sales pitches and DMs every single day, I'm just going to stand out from the crowd. Like, you want to be a little bit different. So using a video message strategically with certain prospects, 100% I would recommend that. Next one is number 7. Also, I did the timing of this video so badly because I think I know the sun is currently setting, so I don't know if the lighting will go a little bit weird through this, but it's fine. Next one. What's the best way to slide into a girl's DMs on LinkedIn? Unless it's for business. Tone. Once you connect and get a response from a person, how to shift tone from casual to selling. This is a really good question, actually. So once you connect with somebody and they respond, how do you shift the tone from casual to selling? I've had this question a lot, and I actually used to struggle with this as well, where because you've really tried not to sell at all, you've used like a normal question, the other person's like, yeah, my day's been great, thanks, like, it's also great to be connected, like, have a great weekend. And then you're like, what do I do now? Because if I make it salesy, it's going to be so obvious that I didn't really mean the casual question, that I had this intention the whole time. What I would do, again, it depends on your target audience, and I cannot kind of express, is that the right word? I can't make this kind of more, like, it's so important. Understand your target audience. Everybody is different. Even within an industry, you're going to get different personalities, but you can tend to see trends. I'm gonna, you know what, when I'm targeting people within this niche, they like to be straight to the point. They're very numbers driven. Tell them what you want to tell them, ask them what you want to ask them, and just see how it goes. Other people, it's a little bit of a nurturing process. They want you to be their friend. They want to trust you first. They're a little bit shy, and you want to go in slowly, like multiple touch points. So what I would say is something that I do at the end of messages is I will, for example, if they've posted content, this is the easiest way in. If they've posted content, say I've connected with somebody and I'm like, hey, loved your piece on this, would love to connect. They accept my connection request. They're like, hey, thank you so much. It's great to connect with you as well. Speak soon or have a great evening, whatever. So if, for example, they run an advertising agency and they've posted something about sales reps and internal SOPs, XYZ, I might reach out and say, hey, about that piece of content that you wrote about running like a sales team for an advertising agency, have you looked into buyer first selling? And I'll send them an article which is like a LinkedIn article, like the 5 principles of buyer first selling. I implemented this within my own agency or within my appointment setters or whatever, and this has helped our close rate go from 10% to 40%. Let me know how it goes. Something like that. Give that to them. They'll be like, wow, thank you so much. We'll actually take a look into this. And then I might say, do you currently have somebody who's managing your LinkedIn or running your lead gen on here? Or do you source clients on primarily other platforms? See what they say. If they say, because most of the time, and I get responses to this, they would be like, oh, we're running like Facebook ads, PPC, getting decent results. We haven't tackled LinkedIn yet, but we've got that like on the agenda. I'll get someone on that soon. I'll say, awesome, I actually do have a program where agencies and companies will send 1 or 2 or a team of their sales reps through this program, 8 weeks, and after that, they're still in-house and it's evergreen training. So you don't lose access to it and you're not paying high fees to outsource it to another agency to manage it for you. Let me know if it's ever something that you're interested in. You can be salesy in like an approachable way. I don't know if that's a very good example, or maybe try and find some screenshots of how I've done this and put this in this video, but it depends. It depends on the situation. If you want, what could be good, I've done this like 4 times today, I really need to stop. What would be good, I'll do it as a LinkedIn video, a YouTube video. I will ask you guys to send me examples of questions that you've struggled on. So for example, like a screenshot of a conversation on LinkedIn and you're like, what would you say to this? I'll do that as the video for next week, and I think that will be a little bit more specific and you'll have some more visual examples. So that is it for this video. I don't know how long I've made this, I think it's too long. But thank you so much for watching, thank you for being patient with me, and thank you for still engaging if you like this video and you're subscribed, because I know I have been quiet. But I'm back on my 1 upload per week now, so get ready for loads of exciting LinkedIn lead generation information. Thank you guys, and I will see you next week.